We have breaking news out of Brentford this evening as the club announced the signing of 24-year-old Spanish striker Vassi from Real Madrid for a fee of £10.75 million. Now, for more on this story, we cross live to local reporter Reginald Haymaker.
Yeah.
And Reginald, what can you tell us?
Yeah, thanks, Noid. Yeah, this is the latest in Aussie Villain's attempt to sign every attacker he sees. Now, it's believed that Villain sees Vassi as a competition for FA up, though knowing Villain, he could just as easily end up at right back. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain, welcome to Season 5, Episode 2 at Brentford as we follow in Dean Smith's footsteps. And today we're going to be playing, who are we going to be playing today? We are playing, I've gone blank, Leeds, that's right. We're playing Leeds United in the Premier League, and then our first game of the Europa League group stage. We haven't had the draw yet, that's coming up in just a second here. But the news since last episode is that we have signed a new striker. Vassi, we got him in from Real Madrid for just under 11 million, which I think is a good fee. We'll have a look at him in just a second. You can see a big a B- sign rating by the fans. Interested to see if he can handle being a big fish in a small pond. I'm not convinced he's that big of a fish, and I'm not convinced we're that small of a pond, to be honest. But he's on 90 grand a week as a squad player. You can see all these bonuses there, just the usual bonuses I give out for 30, 20 goals in a season, player of the year, team of the year, top goal scorer bonus, all those sorts of things. But let's have a look at what we've signed here. Now, what I did really want, ideally, was to get in a striker that was good in the air. But I couldn't find one of those, so we've gone for a good finisher. He's good physically, good off the ball movement, good composure, good dribbling, first touch, finishing, can play in wide areas, but predominantly I wanted a striker, and I think more or less that's what we've got here. You can see he's already worth 28 million. We got him for a bargain. 10 million is just massively underpriced. Has he played in the Real Madrid first team once or twice? He's spent most of his career in their second team. And he was on loan in League 1 last year, got 10 in 15. So, that's not bad. So I'm hoping we'll get we've got a good striker here. Not ideally what I wanted, but, he's not bad either, is he? So that is our new striker, Vassi. Let me know what you think of him in the comments. But it is now time for this Europa League draw. So let's go and have a look here. We're seeded third this season. I think we were fourth last year, weren't we? So let's go and have a look and see who is in this draw. The top seeds are Arsenal, Real Sociedad, Napoli, Dinamo Kiev, Borussia Dortmund, Lazio, Sevilla and Marseille. Now we can't get Arsenal obviously because we can't have a second English club. It doesn't really matter at this point. We'll see what the rest of the group looks like. But, you'd probably rather avoid Dortmund. But outside of that, you'd just about fancy us in most of those groups, I think. The second seed teams, we have Besiktas, Benfica, who we beat last season in the group stage, of course. Schalke, Copenhagen, Celtic, Feyenoord, Lask Linz, who we smashed them, I think, last season, didn't we, in the group stages. And Trabzonspor as well. So now we'll get an idea, because we're in the next group, of exactly what group looks tough and what groups don't. Yeah, there's no real group there. Trabzonspor, you'd fancy us to beat them. So the other teams in our group, we have Dinamo Zagreb, Angers, or I don't know how you'd say that in French. We've got Ghent, Celta Vigo, Genk and Ghent. That's not confusing, is it? Ourselves, Maribor, and Brøndby as well. So let's get the automatic draw going here. We can't get Arsenal. As I said, everybody else is not too scary. As far as we're concerned. Alright, well that's not the best group. Saying that, Sevilla in the Europa League are obviously a very good team, and Feyenoord, Dutch teams, they can be good, they can be average, can't they? Let's draw out that last team. Oh damn it, I've hit the thing there at the end and ruined it. Well, that was silly. So it's Cluj that we've got in the final team in the group. Sorry about that, guys. It kind of killed the anticipation there, didn't it? We'll have a quick look at the other groups if we just scroll down here. I'm annoyed I've done that, but, it's to happen now, so there's not much we can do about it. So that's the group. Sevilla, Feyenoord and Cluj. You'd back us to get out of the group. Whether we top it or not, well, that'll probably come down to our games against Sevilla, won't it? Now, there's 2 games to catch you up since last episode. Now, of course, we had a horrible start to the season with a 3-0 defeat against Brighton. So let's see how we've rebounded from that, starting with our game against West Ham. We went in front when Michelotti crossed for Eric Ndidi. But West Ham equalised immediately. Michelotti put us back in front midway through the first half. And we went 3-1 up when Luca Bacchio's knockdown was turned in by Ndidi. West Ham got a stoppage time consolation, but nothing more. So this was a decent enough performance from us. We played some nice stuff going forward. Still a little bit suspect at the back, but Ndedi with a double, Michelotti with a goal. A good win, 3-2. We'll take that and run. Our next game was against Dean Smith's Nottingham Forest. Luca Bacchio gave us the lead, and then doubled our advantage at half-time, before turning in Ndedi's cutback just after the break to make it 3-0. So this was a really, really good performance. They were newly promoted and they have struggled a little bit in the league so far, but we really did play well in this one. Dan with the double, Luca Bacchio with a goal as well. We played Dan up top in this one instead of Fete up, who's just had a bit of a slow start to the season. Again, he had a slow start last year, I think, too, didn't he? But generally speaking, a very, very good performance from us here. Now, I should say the European game is at home to the Romanians, Cluj, so you'd expect us to be able to get a win in that one. Quick look at the league table, and it looks a lot better for us now, that is for sure. As we sit there, 7 points from our 4 games, just outside the European places, but early days yet, obviously. Now, one other transfer we do have to catch you up on very quickly, and that is the departure of Alex Robinson. You can see there, he's off to Charlton in January for 4.5 million. He's 22, which means we had to register him in the Premier League squad now. He's a useful player. He did do well for us last year, but ultimately he's not going to make it with us. And if we have to, he's not going to take a spot in the squad either. So 4.5 million, it's not a bad fee for him. We could have got almost twice that last season, but last season he was useful for us. So that just kind of is what it is. Now let's go and have a quick look at what we're doing here against Leeds United. Now, one thing to draw your attention to, Brighton beat Manchester United. Brighton are sitting top of the league. 3-0 is not a good scoreline, but the result of a loss to Brighton is maybe not the worst thing, or maybe as bad as it seemed at the time. They are clearly a good team that is playing well right now. But Leeds United, we're Leeds United. They're above us right now in 6th, so this isn't going to be easy either. But we are favourites for the game. We have a decent record against Leeds throughout our time at the club. They're a Brendan Rodgers coach team. He's a good manager, obviously, good coach as well. An attacking standard style of play. We're expecting them to come out in this sort of a narrow 4-4-2, or I guess you'd call it narrow 4-4-2 diamond, perhaps. We've got the positional heat map there from their win against Manchester City, which sort of takes the gloss off our 2-2 draw against them, doesn't it? Interesting heat map for the goalkeeper there, but otherwise it looks sort of very narrow and maybe possibly very direct as well. Passing network is there again, quite narrow. And there are the key passers as well. And this is a team that we are sending out to face them. Now, it's more or less our strongest team. The Europa League, group stage, it really shouldn't be too much of a problem for us. So it's Pickford in goal. It's Hickey, McKenna, Soleil, and Bogle as the back four. If you're wondering about Michelotti, we have just come back from an international break, so he is match fatigued for this one. So that's why he's not playing. Matteo in behind Rambleson and Mabry in midfield. It's Ndedi down the right, Luca Bacchio down the left. Dan goes up top. No Vassi on the bench for this one. We'll see him in Europe next up. So we are matching up man for man with them. Calvin Phillips is still in their lineup. That's, I think, the only guy I recognise from our time at Leeds. Shackleton's on the bench. So it's been all change at Leeds United. It's been all change at Brentford as well, to be honest. And let's hope we can show some of our off-camera form on camera here. Bowen says, pick up where they left off. We'll just say, come on, lads, keep the game going for us. Or the form going, I should say. Some calm, we have faith, and let's go. And this is it. As I said, hopefully we'll pick things up a little bit. We did play much better off camera. So for both games, we looked better with the ball. And against Forest, we did look a lot better defensively, having worked on it in training. So if we can carry that form in here, then we do look a decent side again, which is good. Here we go with Bogle getting into the area. It's a cross away. Bacchio can't get there. Maybe he knocks it down to Aaron Hickey. Back in. It's there. And look at Bacchio. He does stick it away. Is it going to count? Oh, he might be offside. He might be offside. It's a wonderful strike from Luca Bacchio. It's very, very harsh that it doesn't count. It was one of his typical lashed. Oh, it's so close. It's a classical Luca Bacchio just power strike at goal, but unfortunately it's been ruled off for a marginal, let's say, very marginal offside. Another highlight begins with a Brentford throw. Hickey in for Mabry. Mabry, what can he do? Tackled away, but still keeps possession. He goes again. Mabry, can he get a shot away? Mabry, no, just past the post. There was definitely a shot to be had there, though, wasn't there? This is looking okay, though. Let's give it a get creative. We can stick in a goal. It would be a wonderful thing. Here we go from the corner. Mabry knocks it in. It's decent. It's there, and it is there, and it's Jake Rambleson with his first of the season. Mabry with the assist. It's 1-0 to Brentford. And, well, this has been, so far, a very, very nice performance from us indeed. Good ball in, good header from Rambleson, and it's difficult to blame the goalkeeper from a corner. Everything happened so quick, but it doesn't look fantastic for him, does it? But they're looking anxious now, which is wonderful. We'll give it a demand more here. We have dominated the game. We just need, if we get a second goal, then it would start to look good for us, wouldn't it? Here we go with another attacking throw. Bogle gets it in there for Ndedi. Back to Dan. Back to Rambleson. It's blocked away. Matteo has it. Is he onside there? Dan is onside. It's blocked away again. Rambleson out to Bogle. There it is. Can we find Luca Bacchio? Back post. There it is. Down for Dan. Is he onside? It's scrambled away. I think he was onside. So that's very, very unlucky. Perhaps unlucky is it's more reckless. We probably should have scored there. We come back last minute of the regular time in the first half, and Leeds United have the ball. Come on, boys. You've dominated this half. Don't go and let them back in at half time. Diaz brings it forward. Over there to Abu Kadir. Forward to this guy getting... I can't say these names on the run with having practiced beforehand. There's a good block. Can we go and get that? No, Adams picks up the loose ball. And Leeds United begin to build again in what is becoming a long old highlight. I don't like them when the other team has the ball. Abdul Kadir has it again. Ball forward. It's knocked down. Oh, it's a good clearance there from Soleil. He owes us after his shambles against Brighton. There's a wonderful ball through for Dan. Can Dan double our lead? He can! On the break, Dan sticks it away. His third of the season. And Ndedi with the assist. And, well, the way that this half has played out, you'd just about say that should be enough for us. But, of course, I can always stuff up a half-time team talk here. Good first touch by Ndedi to bring it under control. And it wasn't an easy ball to control either. He played in Dan wonderfully, and Dan sticks it away. Dan is the man, isn't he? Wonderful, wonderful stuff. 2-0, seconds before the break. If we can get into half-time now, please, boys. There it is. And, well, that is really, really good. Much, much better from us. It's going to have to be an assertive, don't get complacent, boys. We'll celebrate at full time, as I always say. Don't get yourself sent off, please, Matteo. And I'm about to sneeze, so we'll be back for the second half. All right, there we go. I felt that sneeze coming on since about the 20th minute, so I did well to last the half time. Here we go with Jordan Pickford building out from the back for us. Soleil brings it out. Is it a good pass? It is. Ndedi on the chest. Back to Bogle. In for Rambleson. For Mabry. You may have noticed I have ditched the counter-attack for now. We might try it in Europe, but we just played better like this, so there's no point. We'll try and just become better playing like this rather than change the way we're playing. Maybe Rambleson. Oh, it would have been a stunner. But over the bar on this occasion. Not having the best game as Luca Bacchio. We'll give him some praise. We do have the wizard on the bench who can play wide left. So that might be something we want to consider here. He's just not having a good day, is he? So let's make that change. One thing I did want to try again is as a Roman Tur. I like the wizard as a Roman Turf. Remember our first season up, he got a lot of goals for us playing in that particular role. He does have good off-the-ball movement, which obviously will benefit him in a role that I think translate from German as Space Invader or something. So he should be able to find the space. So we'll just give him a chance to see how he goes here. Now what we don't want to do at 2-0 is give them a goal and then suddenly it's very much game back on here. Can we get a block in? Doing a decent job here, keeping our shape. Come on, boys. Can we nick it? Can we nick it? Send Dan in again. Adams, we're putting good pressure on them. But they are pinging it around our press nicely. They've played them in there. And Jordan Pickford, there we go. What a save that is. That's why we're paying him 120 grand a week, because he can do that for us from time to time. Mabry's picked up a knock. That looks like he's quite banged up there. So let's get... All right, we'll bring Farai, and I'm wondering if we should start and just close it down a little bit, though. So we might just start and back people off a little bit. We do, of course, still have one more sub we can make as well. Pavlovic, if you're wondering why he's not playing this one, he and Soleil, they can't play together again. So I tried them in pre-season. They, for a very, very short time, had a little link up, but that has disappeared, and now they can't play together again. So... that's a massive shame because my plan was to have them as our first two centre-backs, first choice two centre-backs, but that plan is clearly not working. So McKenna will have to partner Soleil and will partner Pavlovic and Suisi, and whichever duo is doing the best, they will, I guess, become the first choice centre-back pairing. Which isn't ideal. It's not exactly how I would have liked things to work out, but it is what it is. And Pickford's there again. and makes another wonderful, wonderful save. Let's maybe just start closing this thing down a little bit. We don't want to have to have a stressful end to the game if we can help it. How are we defending? That's all fine. And yeah, this is... I mean, the first half was quite brilliant. Second half has been a little bit more even. We've nicked it there with Rambleson. Dan is up there. We've got red and white shirts pouring forward. We've got the Wizard at the back post. Rambleson might go himself here. Oh, that's off the crossbar. It would have been a goal of the season contender for Rambleson, but instead it's hit the crossbar. We've got a corner for Rye to take. And let's see if we can get another quality ball and get a second goal from a corner. No, it's headed away, and Ndedi's there. Down for Soleil. Is he onside? No, he was not. He did look suspiciously offside. I wonder why Ndedi didn't just unleash one there. But anyway, that's okay. We're into stoppage time. We're 2-0 up. We'll give him some praise. It's been a much, much better performance, that one. Especially that first half. But there it is. 2-0. Leeds United are dispersed. Don't let it go to your heads, boys, and on we go. So, quality finishing the difference. We definitely deserve to win that game. He was our assistant for a while, wasn't he? Look at that. He's now the Everton boss. What an assistant manager he would have made too. But anyway, he's looking at there. Not going anywhere, mate. Our players are loyal, unlike our assistant managers. Quick update of the league table after that, and we move into the European places, which is wonderful. And only 5 points off top. And as I keep saying, it's early days, but after a disastrous start, I think we're just starting to recover our form. We can see there our Carabao Cup tie as well. We're at home to Wolves in the third round. Now, Wolves are a Premier League team, I think, aren't they? Yeah, so it's not the easiest, but at home, I'd certainly back us, I think. All right, wait right there, guys. We begin our European campaign up next. There's nothing like some European football to get the blood pumping. Hello? Head physio Peter Fryer, what's going on, mate? There's been an accident? What sort of accident? Well, is he okay? So there we go. There's no way around this. This is a big, big loss. Omar Soleil, 6 to 7 weeks with a lower back stress fracture while lifting weights. I mean, how much weight are you lifting, Omar? But yeah, that is a massive, massive loss because, you know, he's a centre-back and he's usually quite good for us. So we'll do our best to get around that. It's probably going to mean... Well, it'll mean Panzo has to sort of come in and be a regular starter at centre-back. We kind of have too many left-footed centre-backs now, though. Anyway, we'll figure it out. It's not the problem for right now. This is what we're doing here. We are about to begin our Europa League campaign against Cluj. We are heavy favourites for this one. You would imagine that we should be. We don't know too much about them. I don't have the Romanian League loaded up. If we have a look at their key player, perhaps there's an idea of what we're up against. Yeah, and I mean, he's an average centre-back, so you'd like to think that we are every chance here. What are we expecting? We're expecting a sort of... We don't really know what we're expecting, but I imagine something along the lines of this. They did beat Olympiacos to get into the group stages, so they're obviously not a terrible team. But you'd still fancy us, wouldn't you, to be able to get the job done here. Now, we are going to try the counter-attack formation again. It didn't work last episode, but we have faith it might work for us this time. So it is Pickford in goal. It's Panzo, Pavlovic, Suisi, and Scott as the back four. It's Garner, Farai, and Munro in midfield. It's Vassi, a first or debut for him, inside forward on the right. It's Hudson-Odoi inside forward on the left. Nasari goes up top. We are, I think, in the squad a few midfielders light. I didn't register Palaversa basically because he was an easy leave-out. He wouldn't have become upset because he's only on loan. The Wizard we didn't put in the squad. We didn't put Diola in, and we didn't put Hickey in either, which is maybe, a bit of an oversight now. But because we don't have squad-trained players, it's really difficult. It's a real tough balancing act to try and... we can't have sort of the young players to balance it out. We did have Hurdle, which is why I've registered a midfielder maybe short, is because he can come in and play. So we'll see how we go here. We should be more than good enough to get past the Romanians. So here we go. They have come out in a defensive formation, but a little bit maybe more narrow than what we were expecting. I should say, while we're talking about Palaversa, he did get his first Croatian cap in the most recent international break between episodes as well. So that's very much deserved, I would imagine. Bowen says do it for the fans. All right, we'll go with him. We'll say do it for the fans. It's one of these, isn't it? It's a bit of a hiding to nothing, but as I said, we should be good enough. The biggest thing I think here is this counter-attack formation. We've been training it for a few extra weeks now. Do we look better playing it? And I mean, that will probably determine if it's something that we can look to use going forward.
or if it's just going to have to be confined to the dustbins of history as a failed experiment. That's a decent ball in from Scott. Headed away, though. Garner picks it up. It's the old-fashioned kickoff highlight. Can we go and get an early lead? Scott, another ball in. Vassie's in their vicinity, but headed away. Farai to Munro. Back out to Scott. It's a really, really good, promising start. Back post, there it is, and Hudson-Odoi gets his first goal of the season. Jack Scott, I believe that's his first assist in a Brentford shirt as well. Less than a minute played, and we're 1-0 up. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Wonderful start from Brentford. And Callum Hudson-Odoi did a really, really good job there. Good ball forward to find Scott from Munro too, wasn't it, getting forward? And, well, Hudson-Odoi at the back post there, couldn't really miss. I guess he had it. It was a bit of a tight angle between where he was and the post, but he snuck it in there. And in the 3rd minute, we've come back. Panzo with a throw. Let's see what he can do. That's the other reason why we left out Hickey, is because Panzo can cover both left back. Oh, header there. It's straight to the goalkeeper. Panzo can cover left back and also centre back. Now, obviously, Soleil being out, in hindsight, we probably would have rather have Hickey in there because we're going to need Panzo to play centre back for us. But that just kind of is what it is. Pavlovic can speak English now as well. So hopefully that will mean we'll sort of see improved performances from him. Panzo gets forward. Tries to sort of lose the ball. Munro! Oh! That would have been a special goal. And another highlight. It's one-way traffic right now. Here we go with Nassari. It'd be good to see him get some goals here if we can in Europe. Come on, mate. What can he do? He goes past his man. Gets the cross in. It's over the bar from Munro. Munro is looking lively as the Mazzella. I haven't used the Mazzella yet at Brentford. Or certainly not... did we use the Mazzella at Walsall? Maybe not at all on this save. But promising start from Munro in that role. Header away. Munro gets there. Here we go with Garner. Goes back to Pavlovic. Gets it wide for Panzo. We are absolutely destroying them, aren't we, right now? Munro. Back to Garner. Again, back out to Panzo. Is it getting forward? Cross in. It's there. It's bouncing around. Hudson-Odoi has a simple finish for his second. It's 2-0 inside 10 minutes. And we saw last season we absolutely destroyed. Was it AEK Athens? Or was it I think it was AEK Athens in the first game. It was 8-0 or something, wasn't it? And you've got to say we're looking very good to do something similar here. Couldn't miss Hudson-Odoi, could he? Couldn't miss. Fassi looks like he may have been involved there as well, so that's good to see him on debut getting... It'd be good to see him get a debut goal, actually. Get him off and firing. Ideally, as I said earlier, I would have liked to have got someone with a little bit more height in, but the Wizard does have a bit of height about him. So if we needed a sort of a target man sort of striker, then we could use him. Hudson-Odoi, the cheeky little back flick to find Panzo getting forward. It's cleared away. Garner has it. Back to Munro. Munro turns, shoots, and Munro delivers a goal, and he's deserved that. A stunning strike from Scott Munro. James Garner with the assist. And, well, the counter-attack formation certainly seems to be working now, doesn't it? Maybe just a case of using it before we trained it enough against Brighton and Manchester City. That's a good shot on the turn, though. Knew exactly where the goal was. A first goal of the season. Is it his first goal for the club? No, he got goals when he first signed, didn't he? He got off to a really good start, if I remember correctly. But there we go. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. We'll just keep praising him now. This should be money in the bank in terms of winning the result here. But there is, of course, Sevilla and Feyenoord. Is it Feyenoord? It's one of the Dutch. I think it's Feyenoord, the other team in the group. Goal difference could be important. So the goal difference against Cluj is unlikely to matter too much because they're not going to be involved in too many tiebreakers. I wouldn't have thought. Farai does his best to lose possession, but it falls to Panzo. Can he get a cross in? Goes back to Farai. Farai shoots. Nassari turns, and it's cleared away. Oh, unlucky there for Omar Nassari. We love an Omar at Brentford, don't we? We've got quite a few of them at the club now. Panzo gets it forward. Not the best pass, that one. And we put a bit of pressure on. We're not letting them out, which is really, really good, isn't it? We're everywhere they are with a red shirt just crawling all over them. Hudson-Odoi and Garner exchanging passes. Cross out there for Vassi. What can he do? Vassi into the penalty area. Gets himself a little bit of space. Takes his time. Picks out his cross. And Nassari does have his goal. Omar Nassari, a first of the season. And Vassi did oh so well there. He is looking quite good as an inside forward, considering we signed him as a striker. We know that my attacking signings don't really have a position. They just fill in wherever I feel like it needs to be on the day. But Omar Nassari sneaks between the two defenders who will really want to have that back. And to be honest, the goalkeeper
It was straight at him. But that's not our problem. It is 4-0 now, just before half-time. They have not mustered a shot on goal yet. And, well, this counter-attacking formation, it is at the same... It is pretty much the only thing I think we change is a Mazzella. The opposition's obviously a big part of it, but we look so much better. Scott Munro has thoroughly impressed me. Really, really had a good game. So we'll leave it at that. We'd like to give Hurdle some game time. I wouldn't mind getting Fete up on the field, see if he can get himself back into goal-scoring form in this one as well. But we'll give it a little bit of time here at the start of the half just to settle in. I think Hurdle needs to come on for Farai. We'll play him in his natural position. Sevilla is 2-0 up against Feyenoord. So that would suggest that it is going to be sort of it's between us and them for top of the group. Though I imagine Feyenoord, particularly at their place, won't be the easiest game. Hudson-Odoi's on a hat-trick, which is annoying because what I actually want to do, and I'll take him off anyways, I want to try Nassari out there wide left, and we'll get Fete up on up top. And then that'll just about do us for subs, except Soisi's picked up a knock. We can't handle any more defensive injuries. So we'll get him off quick, smart, and hope it's not too serious. And yeah, 3-0 now, Sevilla over Feyenoord. So that is looking at, it's just a bruised shin, so that's fine. We could have left him on. Munro, he'll do well to score from here. Scott Munro, oh, it's decent. Ups there. Fete up, he does get his goal. He had a horrible start to the season, but he's got himself a goal now, his first of the season. It's 5-0, and well, hopefully now this will see us on our way. It'll be a really good group stage campaign, and well, if Fete Up can start banging them in again, then it will be a wonderful, wonderful time to be a Brentford supporter. It's all looking good. It can only mean one thing: Steve Bruce is about to get sacked, doesn't it? I did check actually, and he is not doing a good job. So it may not be long before we dust off the old resume again. Scott loses out there, but won back brilliantly by McKenna. Munro has it to Ghana, to Hurdle. The youngster gets it wide to Scott, nods it down to Munro, back out to Scott. Good play there. Scott crossing, Fete up. Almost certainly maybe should have been a second goal there for him. We've made our subs, so I can see Panzo's tired, but there's not much we can do about it. Nassari's looked quite good on the left. His match rating improved. That is a really, really promising start to our European campaign. What do we say with that? It's got to be don't go to your head, boys. We don't want to be getting complacent at this time. Things are just starting to look good for us, as I said. 5-star Brentford triumph. Vassi impresses on debut. Money in the bank. Munro, I thought he was absolutely brilliant as Mazzella in that team. Really, really good stuff, and capped it off with a nice goal as well. But guys, that is it for today. If you have enjoyed that, please do hit thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. We seem to be back to a little bit of form. Bit of a shaky start to the year last episode, but much, much better today. And Sevilla did end up winning 3-0. I'm assuming that would be against Feyenoord. So there we go. It is looking as though it is going to be all to play for between us and Sevilla. But we'll be back next time. We've got the game against Liverpool, but it's sort of fallen at the wrong time there. So we'll be back for Bournemouth at home. And then we will go away to Feyenoord. That's going to be the tricky tie, I think. Outside of the Sevilla games, I think away to Feyenoord could be a bit of a banana skin. And then we go away to Sevilla. So if we can find ourselves top of the group after the first half of the group games, then we are going to be absolutely flying. But that'll be next time, guys. Bournemouth and Feyenoord. I'll see you for that one. Take care.